So hey everybody, Elizabeth Donati, the Financial Literacy, back with
Charlie, the go-to oil guy.
So one of the questions that I'm going to ask you is that when you and I first talked about investing in oil, I didn't realize that you had monthly expenses associated with that. Well, I guess it didn't surprise me after you said that, because when I used to have some real estate, I had monthly expenses, right?
Exactly.
So this is no different.
Not
now,
too far
with the
removed.
stock market,
Yeah.
I mean, with a stock market, I don't have monthly expenses unless I make a trade. But tell me a little bit about, and tell us a little bit about monthly expenses associated with an oil well.
Sure. They're categorised as lease operating expenses in general terms, and that can that would include the operator's fee.
Does that person live by right where the well is? Or?
No. The operator will invariably hire pump men who live in the area, in the vicinity, and those pump men will be assigned particular wells, and they will go and check on those wells on a regular daily basis, and they're paid a monthly fee per well to do that, and that comes out of the working interest pocket, i.e. your pocket. It's paid for by the revenues, obviously, of the sale of the oil.
Sure.
Then there's, depending on the setup, you could be paying for electricity. Some of the wells, if they produce enough gas that can power the pumps, you don't need electricity, and therefore you wouldn't have that additional cost. Then there's just general maintenance costs of maybe replacement O-rings and so on and so forth.
Planting flowers around the well.
That's right, making it look very nice and pretty.
I'm sorry, us girls want it pretty. I don't care if it's an oil well, just plant some petunias. But they probably don't grow in Texas, do they?
No.
We'll talk
not
about
in
that.
not in the areas that oil wells are. But then, there could be some expenses needed for keeping the area, the brush area clean and that kind of thing, and transportation costs for the oil if it's not linked to a pipeline system. So there are varying expenses, and that will depend on each particular well.
And I'm assuming when you go into investing in a certain type of oil well, whether it's situation A or B or C, before it's full disclosure, I guess, about what those expenses would be.
Absolutely, yeah. And if somebody doesn't give you that full disclosure, run, because
unlike the mortgage guy that sold me a house a few years ago, but that's a different video.
Different video and story.
Video.
But yes, full disclosure, and don't be afraid to ask the questions of to the operator. That's where the questions should be directed.
Right. And you've got these questions in a PDF that we give away, right? The things that you really, really need to know.
Yeah.
So if you haven't discovered that, or go sign up for that, free report, please do so. So hopefully you learned something. We'll be back in a bit. Bye.